Whoa! That's a lot of folks! Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. You see that half of them have black holes where their eyes used to be. Some maintain a gloomy silence. Others are wailing. Several armed insurgents are carefully watching over the terrified hostages, snapping every now and then at someone for shaking too much or crying too loudly. Come to your senses, Arlid! Look what you're doing to your own family! A woman of about 60, gray-haired but still strong, is kneeling before a stocky man with a thick, pure white beard, stretching her arms towards him. Take pity on us! Let us go! Stop talking and embrace redemption! Our children have gained true sight, while you still believe the lie! Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you, and why are you here? Are all these people your family? All of my adopted and blood children are here. I raised them as my own, and now I must protect them. Help them see. His mind and soul are pierced by shards of a colorful deception. Hues once twisted by despair, and the Imperium's influence can never be the same again. Pascal's vox hisses furiously. Layperson, cognition is not your primary function. You are saving your kin by holding them at gunpoint and believe that burning their eyes will grant them sight. It is evident that the author of the demagogic teaching that confused you meant to make a mockery of your deplorable intellect. Abelard's face turns a deep red. To cast your own children into the thrall of heresy, to drown your progeny in this filth with your own hands. Yeah, I think you've got my entire party riled up. Argenta didn't say anything, but I bet she's pretty pissed. What are you trying to save them from, and who is behind all this? At Aurora's behest. Aurora is a great prophet and a great warrior. Their face is shrouded, but their gaze pierces the veil of time and sees into the future. I always knew the governor's dogs were hiding the truth from us, and now the day has come. A prophet has come to Rykard Minoris and opened our eyes. The end of the world is coming, the final dawn, and only those who accept Aurora's truth will survive it. Okay, well, we're probably going to fight you here, so we're trying to move it on. How about you tell me who you are and what you're doing? I'm the chief. My former name, Arlid, is meaningless now. I am a father leading his family to deliverance from woes to salvation. Aurora has opened my eyes to the truth, and my children will see it. Arlid, spare us! Spare your children! I have an iconoclast option, or I can hit him with the logic! You have been torturing your own family in order to save them. You've been blinding them so they could see the truth. Those who lack faith cannot grasp the truth, and will not be saved. Oh, okay, alright. Persuasion is definitely the better option here. Aurora, whoever that is, has exploited your naivete. Can't you see you are causing nothing but suffering? But all I wanted was to save... The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs. There's no washing the blood from your hands, but you can at least let us go, Arlid. The ones you haven't mutilated yet. The old man gestures to the other insurgents, who lower their weapons. Then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Well, since we're in the Warhammer universe, sometimes I gotta do some more Empire of Humanity level things. So we're going for the dogmatic option here. Your family will be taken care of. As for you, I condemn you to death. The old man's body falls to the ground. As soon as the hostages see it, they start moving faster, and soon disappear around the bend. We're in one piece. Everything will be alright, won't it? Poor old man. I tried to talk him out of it. Yeah.
I always have a backup plan.
I don't think there was any real saving the guy anyways.
It was a worthwhile investment.
He was always going to feel terrible about the time he fucking took the eyeballs out of multiple people that he was
Pay attention.
responsible for.
I better myself through my service.
The cover was haphazardly assembled from whatever the rebels can find. Is there anybody else out here who can't be convinced to maybe
keep my options open.
turn themselves around? Anytime I see just
Keep
like
your wits
something
about you.
automatically as cargo on this, I'm gonna ignore it. At least until the point where like we're actually selling this stuff, which should hopefully be sometime soon.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The goods in this stall are a stark contrast to the rest of the nearby shops. The jars are labeled all-purpose synth powder. Fills you up no matter what. Made in Necromundo's best factory.
Let us not dawdle.
Hello. Man, there's a body here. And I can't loot it. In the future, I'll be able to be like, oh, okay, this has filled up my miscellaneous cargo up to 100. That's good. I also need more heretic trophies.
Is there money to be made?
But the actual like description of the items, they mean nothing to me. Okay, hold up. There's a whole corner over here that's still shrouded in a fog.
Keep your wits about you.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Oh! We're back down here! Definitely a lot of alternate paths. Hey, we almost went up this ladder
Always keep your eye on the prize.
at the start of this session. I guess if you were trying to go for a somewhat non-combat playthrough, this would have been a way to avoid like at least 2 fights. All right. Let us leave. Woo!
I always have a backup plan.
I've made it to the command center, which should hopefully be where the governor of this place is. Or was he the mayor? It doesn't matter. They're the same thing in my head. And I leveled up again. God damn, that was really fast. The formidable shells for large caliber weapons are being stored right in the command center. A solitary young tech priest is offering ceaseless prayers to the machine spirits of the command center. Well, I'm gonna level up. For the next attack against a target affected by an exploit, that target's cover efficiency will be reduced by -5 plus perception bonus times stacks of exploit. This attack will have +5 plus perception bonus times stack of exploit % hit chance. All right. Yeah, I think we're just going to be doing precise attack. This persistence of the forge one isn't too bad. Successful critical hits from single target attacks increase the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20%. So, like, you know, if we're fighting like a 500 health something boss or something, I can just keep slamming them. Yeah. All right. Toughness or weapon skill? We'll do toughness. I think that should bring me up a little bit, but this didn't really seem to get affected, so I'm a little confused as well. Okay, yeah, just give us 5. Holy moly. Creates an area that lasts until the start of the Psyker's next turn. All allies within that area gain extra dodge. Their dodge chance cannot be less than Psyker's perception bonus plus willpower bonus. I think we'll do Sanctic powers. I don't know necessarily how that's going to, like, show up. Ooh, I can get the first psi rating. Very nice. So now we have a psi rating of 2. Woo. Willpower, strength, perception. We'll get willpower up just because it's at 35, so I might as well. Where's my shotgun expert? Oh, God, no. You know, I'm going to give her Grenadier. I'd like it if sometimes I can throw grenades without having to worry about it, like, fucking up the rest of my turn. The target's next attack will ignore cover and will have double the effective distance. What the fuck do you mean ignore cover? That sounds awesome. If the target is under the effective voice of command, this attack will ignore enemy dodge. Holy shit. Additionally, the damage from this attack can't be reduced below 30 plus 3 times spell bonus for any reason. What? Does that mean any attack becomes 33 minimum? Or does it just mean that, like, armor negation and stuff wouldn't be able to reduce it below that? I guess that'd be more likely to be the thing. Notch a purpose. The navigator designates a square. The enemy closest to the square immediately moves up to 4 cells towards it. If multiple enemies are the same distance from that point, all of them move. Ooh. The targets move even if they are stunned or immobilized. That sounds really specific. All enemies in a 1-cell radius around the target point must pass a willpower resistance test. Those who fail, even if they are stunned or immobilized, immediately gain an extra turn where they attack their allies. That sounds really funny, especially for fights like the last one we had, where I can just be like, there's 5 people next to each other. Shoot your friend. He talks shit about you. Shoot your friend. I'm gonna go for Notch a Purpose, because being able to move a target out of like cover or like a boss or something into like view of everybody sounds pretty nice. Actually, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm getting take aim and then I'll get that in the future. What the fuck? I forgot about this. Being able to like make an attack ignore cover and double distance, that's pretty nice. I wish I could favorite these common towns when there's stuff like this. It's odd that you can favorite some stuff, but not others. I'm gonna do Ebb and Flow. Every even turn, she gets an additional action point. Because that could be huge. It could mean that like I get to buff up another person to like a crazy degree, and then maybe the next time I'll get whatever that like +7 damage to enemies hit by her attacks. That wouldn't be too bad. I really wish I knew what the hell was decreasing my stuff by -5. Precise attack. Maybe I should give him the flamethrower. Flame weapon proficiency. Allow the character to use flame weapons such as a flamer, heavy flamer, and hand flamer. I'll at least do solid projectile. +2 minimum damage. Well... Greetings, bodyguards!
Or get left in the dust.
You allow me entrance into your facility. I must speak to the governor. Dark green, gloomy, and stifling fills this space like a dense fog. The people here are drained, exhausted, and bewildered. Yeah, they have been fighting what is essentially like a civil war. I'm gonna click the button. This cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayer to the Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold-notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. The screen reads, awaiting access code. Well... I don't need that. You have bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Ooh. Go to Sacred Computation 7825M. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every augur station on Rykad Minoris and the 2 primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites named Magos Maruf and Zephyra the Keen, after 2 great champions of faith, whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykard Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Logis Abel's conclusion. The insurrection on the planet had been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activity near Rykadi Philia? Governor Medina's attention must be drawn to the final entry cuts off abruptly. Well, I'm trying to see if I can get any useful information before I talk to the governor that he might try and cover up. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that the ship's signal has been broadcast throughout the system. Its signature is consistent with records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valancius. The satellite Zephyra the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rykadi Philia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. Conrad. To be investigated. The entry contains planetside coordinates marked as Heavy Augur Station Jamming. Possibly a hidden insurgent base. I mean, I can head there.
I always keep my options open.
But first I need to be informed by the governor. Governor! The tall, dark-skinned man turns towards you and greets you in a curt military manner. Faisal Rakadi Ab Medina af Koronus, governor of the star system. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. Greetings, Governor. The man's gaze falls on Abelard. His eyes slightly narrow. Wursarian. Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medina, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator? What an honor! I never thought that House Ocelia would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Ocelia is grateful for the support that you have provided to Yorick 5 these many years. I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me, as well as 10 other people in the room. That is an outrage. I will have the personnel vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your ladyship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? My esteemed predecessor died at the hands of cultists. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. The governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valancius. Slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your ladyship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. Well, I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. The governor bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your ladyship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Profit factor gained 2. Wow, he gave us 2 profit factor. That's so much. That's a big number. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly, "Excellent, your ladyship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency." Governor Medina, I can offer you several thousand fine obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for her heretical scheming. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Good, good, good. My kinsman Conrad Voitver von Valancius has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in this system, I want him handed over to me. Voitver is a traitor? Why, any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, the governor pauses to think. Are you going to tell me about the planet I haven't been to yet? Because he might be over there. We have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Logis Abel Sectum. It aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Conrad's movements. I'd hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. That does make sense. Heinrich von Kallax, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating in your system. Do you know where he is? The governor lowers his voice. I do. Master von Kallax has left for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity. But I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I've already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master von Kallax, you should go to the cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pascal's vox. On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Hanum, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into the heretics' hands. According to the catechism of maintenance and operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. The governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We've lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in the same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Medina and Pascal glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords. Let Pascal deal with his own problems. No. This Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no... The governor's voice dies down in the low growl of a drilling mechandrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medina clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So, this is the negotiation technique you've resorted to? Do you think this is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through gritted teeth. Abundantly so, Magos. Why are you so determined to get to the monastery? Is it just because of the relic? It is why I came to this world. I am expected there. Alright, well, I mean, I'm down to help you out. Thank you for your cooperation, your ladyship. The drill stops. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Hanuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Rycat system in the role of bodyguard, and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Rycat system. You're Hanuman? Glad you're alive. The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from any further commentary. What has you perplexed about my companion's name? The governor looks at Pascal with curiosity. According to the reports we've received, Logis Abel Hanuman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master von Kalox? Pascal's vox rasps in confusion. My name is Pascal Hanuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. Really? What do you know about this Abel, Governor? I've never met him in person. That esteemed Logis supervised the work of Rykad Minoris' Lex Mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite. Why did he fly to the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logis of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your ladyship. But you asked why for him. For Pascal. Try to stop him. We're gonna get more information on this individual. I would have suggested that you inspected the esteemed Logis' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information. I gotta go look at the cogitator. It is amazing that a mechanical voice from a Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Amanat, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. Adira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pascal. I can hear my friend snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair. The new reflection is death-like. I see. Glad to be of service, your ladyship. Well, are you so confident that you'll crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? The governor maintains his composure. I'd like to hear your reasoning. The insurgents managed to steal a Voxcaster. They have been listening to your people's communications. It's not much, but it is something. I will order an audit of our equipment and see to it that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only the accidental success of an otherwise disorganized mob of heretics who have no understanding of the art of war. Well. The insurgents are using the arch-enemy's artifacts, enchanted lenses, to perform unholy sorcery. I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think that they're enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's no sorcery. Okay, Governor Medina. The rioters are too well organized, too well informed, too well armed. There are signs of indoctrination into heretical beliefs. They are clearly being directed by someone competent and charismatic. Governor, you are dealing with an arch-enemy cult that is growing at an alarming rate. The governor's eyes darken, but your unwavering gaze makes him give in. All right. Perhaps I've underestimated the mutiny, writing it off as the rabble's usual nonsense. However, if it does involve corruption in an underground cult, this needs to be investigated. I'll assign additional resources to it and take the issue seriously. You have my word, your ladyship. Good. I guess I could have just started with that big paragraph first. He would have been convinced. Anyways, that's all I wanted to discuss. Is this a second cogitator? These heavy chains are used to adjust the height of the command platform. Oh. Like one big old elevator. Let's see. Go to the Logis Private Archive. Result of Logis Abel's data trance. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it. Shackled in stasis, the minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnissiah to Logis Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Logis Abel is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse the Sixth, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the governor's palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic cenobium. A message has also been sent to the Furibundus system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibundus system. It was me. Omnissiah, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. Yeah, I hope you can fathom it and explain it to us, because I didn't really know what the hell was going on there. Well, I guess I gotta go back to my ship.
Let us not dawdle.
Return to Void Ship. Oh. That's not necessarily what I meant, but okay. I think I needed to do that anyways. Because I think I have to land at a different location on Rykad Minoris. Bunker? Oh, that must be for where we just left. Whoa, I'm going to the electrodynamic cenobium. All right. Who are you guys? We'll cover the landing area, your ladyship. Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. Thanks, wardens.
That wasn't so difficult.
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same guards the governor sent to the monastery's aid. Yeah, they didn't all survive here. Judging by the fact that the pieces are molten at the edges, the statue was destroyed by fire from a multi-laser turret of the type that is mounted on landing force shuttles. Damn. So they came here in force, huh?
Unexpected result.
At least because we had to go up to my void ship, we fixed up all the,
Keep your eye on the prize.
we fixed up all the old injuries we were accumulating.
I won't let it define me.
The computational altar is surrounded by a great number of candles and commoners' measly offerings. These are useless to me right now.
We'll get left in the dust.
I would never trust any electrical pylons that are just sticking out of a wall like that.
Keep your wits about you.
Ah, here we go. Pushing the button to open the gate. I hope there aren't enemies behind it. The binaric hymn awakens the gate's latching mechanism. Good. Let us through then.
Dawdle.
When shooting in a burst, the hit chance of all weapons or all shots after the first is reduced by the recoil parameter of the weapon. I see. I had no idea. No, I didn't say Siri, I said I see. My phone tried to pull a fast one on me. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons. Good. Maybe that's a sign that the Inquisitor is doing his damn job. Glory to the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our nospheric Koronus. May its vitality nourish our augments. May its purity wash over our imperatives and engrams. Yeah! Glory to the motive force. A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured. Oh, hey, somebody else responded to, Pascal. As far as I am aware, the monastery supplies power to several major hive cities on Rykad. Hidden somewhere in the depths of this building is a reactor of monstrous, unfathomable power.
Is there money to be made?
So you're saying it's not all about the machine god, right? You note that wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect two lines.
I always have a backup plan.
Where are the people? There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror, and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Whoa. Oh, shit.
With that answer, I will repeat my question again. The last electro priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
Corpse Emperor was a pretty hardcore line. The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A forced sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. You try to focus on the man in front of you, but you cannot shake the image of the deadly torture he inflicted on his victim. Your pulse quickens, blood pounding in your ears and sweat balding on your skin. Interrogator von Kalox, I presume.
Yes. Since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrich van Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A puff of black smoke comes out of the Psyker's mouth and dissipates at once? Holy shit.
A Psyker? Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the rogue trader's protection.
That is true. Adira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I am rogue trader Jade von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of rogue trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
Well, I am here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
Yeah, show some respect. Whatever.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You're familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The Governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions.
Heinrich glances at the dead body at his feet.
Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the Final Dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted Final Dawn.
So the Final Dawn is just an explosion from this reactor?
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. Well... what did you do to that guy?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
That does sound like it would be really painful. So what were you doing in the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
Good. Alright, well, I can help you with Aurora, maybe.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base.
We've been pretty effective.
I'm positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Alright, let's figure out how we're gonna do this. So we now have more people than we have slots for. And that gives us a problem. Because I don't know what the fuck this guy does, so I don't know what he should be replacing in my party. I feel like I should replace Adira with Heinrichs for now. Adira's very helpful. But I don't need 3 psychic power users in this. I can also get rid of Pascal, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like, in this moment, Pascal and Heinrichs are like story relevant. And I try to keep like a good mix of that. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of Adira. We're gonna keep Cassia because she augments our party's capabilities dramatically. But you know what? Adira also buffs us. Fuck. No. It's fine. We'll figure out what Heinrichs does. And at worst, if I don't really like a lot of what he does, we could technically leave and come back. You know, leave, change our party up, and then come back. So he is a warrior, which means I probably could have replaced Abelard with him. Sanguine Siphon. Every time the Psyker deals damage, they gain +1 stack of the Sanguine Siphon effect. If that damage was dealt to a target adjacent to the Psyker, they gain +2 stacks instead. When the Psyker suffers lethal damage, the stacks of Sanguine Siphon are removed to reduce this damage by -1 for each stack until either all stacks are removed or the damage is no longer lethal. I mean, this sounds pretty good. Holy shit. Let me make sure that isn't like... Okay, that's a regular common talent, so I can just take that down here. And do something else. We'll do contempt. Actually, fuck it. We'll do thick skin. Gives him a little bit more toughness or like durability. Oh, favorite sworn enemy. That one's pretty solid. Purge Soul. Light of the Emperor. Hammer of the Emperor. Shield of the Emperor. Divination specializes in gleaning information, using it to turn your fortune in your favor. Okay, so he can get some of the same stuff as Adira. Warp speed. Needs psi rating 2 and enfeeble or invigorate. Restore wounds to the target. If this ability brings the target to full wounds, the power also removes a bunch of stats effects and fresh injury. Oh, it's going to be a long while before we get to psi rank 2. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab... Actually, okay, here. I'll grab Invigorate for now. I'm just going to build him very similarly to Abelard. We're just going to have 2 melee dudes, basically. Grabbing Biophysical Distortion, so all of his attacks poison. We'll give him ramming speed. Daring breach. We're going to do the same thing that we gave Abelard. Just give him like a shitload of movement. The Psyker's armor increases by 5%. This bonus increases by 5% at the start of every turn of combat, except the first. That sounds pretty fucking intense. Holy shit. Enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer 10% more damage. The first time that momentum reaches 200 during the Psyker's turn, the Psyker gains +5 to all characteristics, +1 to resolve, +1 to deflection, and +1 all damage until the end of combat. Psyker psi rating is increased by +1 until the end of combat. Every time an ally uses a heroic act. Wow. That could be good. If I go in the direction of like using his psychic powers a whole bunch. I'll start to favorite some of these. I mean, we'll probably just grab Destined immediately. Oh, I can get him a psi rating right here. That's nice. Blade of Light. Force weapon attacks deal +1 plus psi rating, more damage, and a 5 times, or sorry, and have +5 plus 5 times psi rating, which would right now just be, so it'd be 10. He'd have 10% more armor penetration. We'll favor that for maybe later. On the first turn of every combat, all psychic powers of the Biomancy discipline cost -1 action point. Whenever the Psyker is healed or heals any ally, if the character is being healed is already at full wounds, that character gains temporary wounds equal to the healing. Cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So any enemy that, like, anytime we kill an enemy that's directly next to an ally, they get like a buff. Or, well, we don't get the buff, but we get a buff to like apply psychic powers to them. Okay, I'm gonna give him Destined, because that sounds pretty good. Just like boosts his level up, or boosts his armor up repeatedly over the course of a. So if we get a really long battle, he might have like 20 to 30% extra armor and get to do some crazy stuff. I'm gonna try and make him like a magic melee caster. Although, did I already grab this? Oh, okay. Okay, past me like 5 minutes ago. Wasn't thinking that. Past me 5 minutes ago was like, yeah, I can make him buff people up too, just like Indira. Then fuck it, we'll do Sworn Enemy at the moment. It's always good to get like a little bit of extra damage on a target. Did I not get this psi power from earlier? The fuck? Okay, whatever. Weapon skill. And gross. He has resistance to poison himself. All right. So he comes to us equipped with a force sword. Do we have anything that is better than what he currently has? I'm thinking probably not too much. We got, like, say, this improved auto pistol. Oh, he's got a staff here. Siphon Life. The wielder of the staff gains the Siphon Life ability. The ability is also available in its Heroic Act and Desperate Measure versions. Info. It won't let me read the effect. Flak vest. He can just have this other flak armor. Ooh, this one would actually be really good for him, and that other... He has, like, something that, like, stacks with resolve. Oh, that makes him look ridiculous. We're keeping it on this time around. I have these gloves just because... I don't know. I don't know what else to do with you.
I won't do that.
What? Oh, that's fair. Is that really all I have? I don't have a cape to give him? Shit. I mean, I got this backpack. That's good enough, I suppose. I love... There you go. Okay. I thought it was giving him a cape when I put that on. That doesn't make sense, but no, it actually does give him the backpack. God damn. All right. The fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago. The hard, uncomfortable somno meditation bed is equipped with neuroports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cognito network. Cool.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I wouldn't mind plugging into the system while I'm getting some rest, I suppose. Should I just leave her ass here? Indira? Her icon keeps showing up here, but she's not in the room.
I always keep my options open.
On the maladies of machine spirits and the ways of diagnostic divination. I'm glad that currently we don't have to do any kind of like crazy like praising machines or anything to make them like work for us. The cultists were killed with a hit to the back of the head from some kind of electric weapon. Yeah. Imagine every time you wanted to use your phone, you had to give it a prayer.
Is there money to be made?
Or it would just act up. What the fuck? You shall be purified by the motive force, blasphemer. Wait. You're the techno priests, right? We're on your side.
Example out of you.
Oh, shit. Well, I can't maneuver around. I'm sorry, Electro Piece. I don't know, I'll pray to Siri a little bit harder or something. Oh. Cassia gets to go first! What are we gonna do for this? Wait. Where are my psychic power? Oh wait, it's over here.
Do not dare ask.
Why? Wait, why is my psychic power still unavailable? Huh. Oh, right. Her extra turn thing is just for officer abilities. Right. My bad. Okay. I'm going to get... So I have a choice. I can either give Jade a shot to try and, like, kill somebody, or I can get Pascal to give everybody buffs. We're gonna take the shot.
Lord Captain.
All right. Hold up. Who is who? So I should try shooting this guy first. So what I can do is I can hit him with an analyze. Do surefire plan. And then fire shot and hope for the best. Ah! I missed! I had a 5% chance to miss and I missed! Son of a bitch! I'm gonna fucking tackle him!
At your beck and call.
Sworn attack! Reckless strike! And charge!
Thank you.
Ah, oh, well. Why did he explode like that? Into electricity. Doesn't matter. Finishing the job.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
Alright. Argenta, you must now prove your worth.
I'll do it.
We're gonna run and gun. What are my chances to hit the guy with a shotgun from here? What about from here? I mean, I shouldn't have to worry about that.
The enemies of the Emperor
All right.
will be undone.
Boost up my concentrated fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And no, I thought I was gonna get a chance to fire twice. Ah, shit.
I refuse.
Oh no!
That is not the Emperor's will.
Why can't I do what I want here? Ow! Stop shocking me! Ha! I dodged your electric attack. Alright, who's next? This asshole in the back?
Let's see to it.
I'm bringing you to the ring, Electro Priest! Holy shit. Target gains 14 strength and toughness until the end of combat, and I can just target it on anybody? Jesus! Okay, well, I can't do that right now. I gotta focus on killing this guy.
For the throne.
Nice! Kill him with a crit hit. Okay. Cassia's real turn. If I move up to this position and then use lidless stare.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
I might be able to kill them with Jade, although I also might have just fucked up there. Additionally, the damage from this attack can't be reduced below 45% for any reason. That's exciting. Alright, voice of command on Jade regardless, just because it gives her bonus traits. And we'll see if I can make this work.
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
Alright. If I move over here, can I shoot this guy? Fuck, he's not in an ideal position. Well, fuck it.
I'll make it happen.
Gotta do what I can.
I'll see to it. Your end was inevitable.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen.
Oh, I also... Oh, no, I can only do one of that a turn. That's fine.
Not another enemy down.
God damn. What is my crit chance? I wish I could see. No, we're not done yet. All right. That was a crit hit too. Fucking hell. Okay, well, I'm done with my turn.
Be careful not to cross my
Probably
gaze.
can't attack right now, right? Yeah, okay. Just double checking. Here, I'll give this to Jade.
I am a navigator.
In case we
not
get
a
ambushed
serf.
by more Electro Priests. Oh, that's awkward. I forgot Jade's turn was next. So I could have just moved her up a little bit and then... I should have moved her and then moved her again. Well, I'm here now. Enter. Same thing with Pascal.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary code.
There, I nerfed him too. Enter. All right.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I guess I can try to shotgun blast him again.
I act.
This is your chance to redeem yourself, Argenta.
Work is a prayer.
Good damage. The circular cogitator, the Electro Priest's hiding place, must be nearby. Is that... Do I need to interact with this at all? I guess I do. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm not touching that just yet. A motive force field seals the passage, threatening to incinerate anyone who touches it.
always keep your eye on prize.
Data altar of sacred analysis. Oh shit. It's one of the things. It's alive! The cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays the flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the first galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle. The device's keyboard lights up, clearly expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. Pascal, kindly remind me how this hymn goes. Pascal's box lets out a noisy groan as if he is clearing his throat, but then stops abruptly. After a brief pause, he averts his gaze and says in a rasping voice, "It is not known to me. Only high-ranking servants at shrines of energetic prosperity are permitted to perform the first galvanic hymn." Abelard snorts and struggles to suppress an involuntary smile. "Emperor, help us all. The esteemed Magos has been caught out not knowing a prayer, and now he's floundering like a cadet in an exam. I never thought I'd see the day. Shit. I don't know this." And Abelard's dialogue gets rid of, like, the first part of it, too. Google time. We go to the Omnissiah, from whom the holy discharge springeth forward. Verse 2 calls to you. Pilgrim, let us fill our souls with gratitude towards the arcane key that closeth the circuit. Now finish this prayer, Pilgrim. May the unity of the sacred charges power the immortal reason that hath created the spark. A solemn Benaric trill comes from the cogitator. Verily so, a pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. Yeah! Give me some fig loot! Oh! Wait. Arc rifle. When the wielder hits a target with the arc rifle, they also attack all enemies within 2 cells of the target. Huh. It's a two-handed exotic weapon with 10 to 15 damage. Intriguing. I wonder what how much damage the enemies within 2 cells thing does. Because I would totally be, if it's like just like 100% damage to each person, that could be pretty good for Jade. And then this catches my interest. Grants 15% hit chance to ranged attacks against enemies with less than 50% wounds left. Yeah. Yeah, we can slap that on a Jade as well.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
You know, gotta more confirm that she can just crit hit everybody. So we do this. And then as for weapons, I'm just gonna give her the arc rifle. At some point I'll give her the melee superiority thing that makes it so that, like, enemies don't do bonus damage to you. Although maybe that doesn't. I keep thinking that thing makes it so that you can fire enemies with melee range rather than them just locking you in. I'm hoping for the best here, because otherwise she's screwed. She has no way to defend herself. But that's what the rest of the party is there for.